is Shivani. I'm blind, if you didn't know that already from my channel, and I thought today, during what we are facing and being in quarantine, now that I'm in week 7, I thought that I would share my positives of being in quarantine. I am slightly tired and slightly overwhelmed with how much negativity there is out there, but actually there are things that I have learned during this time. So I thought I would share my 4 or 5 quarantine hacks for a blind person. My quarantine hack number 1 is all about organising. We know that everybody is doing the same thing. They're all cleaning, they are all organising their house, and I'm definitely one of them. So during this time, my husband and I live in a small-ish house, and we find that we are trying to utilise every teeny tiny part of this house as best possible. One of the things that I find for myself really difficult is my jewellery and my earrings. I have so many studs and I just can't see what they are, I can't match them. So one of the things that we found is that we have a pillbox in our house which was meant for medicine but was never actually being used. It was just sitting on top of the shelf, never being used for the actual purpose it was for. We then found that instead of wasting it or throwing it away, we would repurpose these pillboxes. They come in lots of different shapes and sizes. I happen to buy the one that's 7 days a week with 4 sections, and what my husband kindly did for me is he matched my earrings and he put each pair in each section, and I can just pick any section and know that they are okay. I will still check with him in the morning which one is which, because I don't want to wear my Christmas earrings in the middle of April, May or June. It may be Christmas yet. Not yet. I'm sure I'd get away with it being blind, but I do find that this is really useful just to have them in different sections. It means that I'm not losing earrings, it means that I'm organised, and it's just neat and tidy in my makeup box as well. I found that I have also repurposed a number of other things. For example, my lipstick holder, I'm not using that as a lipstick holder anymore. I have too many and they are in my makeup box now. So I have used that holder to become my hairbrush holder so that they don't just fall around everywhere and they are all in one place. I do the same thing in the kitchen. I will also use an old giant coffee tin that we have finished. Because we are coffee fiends, it is always a gigantic tin. We thought that we would put the porridge that we get in bags and put that into the coffee tin, and it just means it's airtight and safe. We are maximising anything that we can think of to repurpose it and be organised and be safe and keep things that we have lasting a long time. My quarantine hack number 2 is all about doing laundry. Keeping in mind about being organised, I have a thimble-sized laundry box which can be difficult to organise, and there are little things. You have your delicates, I have my husband's socks, and I have darks, I have lights, and I'm trying to keep it as organised as possible in this teeny tiny box. So one of the ways that we have done that is I have purchased linen mesh bags. I think they're linen mesh bags. Oops. The first one is a cylinder style, and this is meant for your bras. It stops them spinning around in the washing machine and becoming all twisted up and even affecting the wires in the bras. So I definitely recommend this for your bras. The other type is the linen bags or mesh bags, which I like. So these are colour coded. So mine are pink zips and my husband's ones are blue. And I think these are great. Not only does it help me keep the box organised, it makes my life easier when it comes to washing and making sure that the machine doesn't eat anything. I know that the machine eats socks. He likes my husband's socks, and meaning he always ends up with odd pairs of socks. But I definitely recommend this in organising and also keeping your delicates safe and looked after a little bit longer. The other thing that I have found during this time is, whether this is a placebo effect for myself or whether it actually works, I don't know, but it definitely makes me feel better. For something that is invisible and is even more fearful, I think, for somebody like us who are visually impaired, to not know whether something is definitely clean. This definitely makes me feel better. This is a disinfectant wash which I put 3 capsules full into the machine. You can get this in Dettol, which is where I actually saw the advert for first, or this one is actually Tesco's own version. My preference is, of course I'm going to be cheap, is to get the Tesco's own version because this was £2, whereas the Dettol version is £3, and the Dettol one is a smaller box. But I definitely find for someone who is blind and you want to make sure that your stuff is clean, or even if you're not blind and you want to make sure your stuff is clean, I definitely would recommend getting this. I've also found it's not fragranced, so it doesn't make your stuff smell all funky and go stale after a while, which can happen with fabric softeners. I also find that it doesn't make your clothes or anything go starchy or anything like that, which can happen with some of these things, but I definitely would recommend getting this. Quarantine hack number 3 is all about being able to keep calm and relaxed, and we know that there are lots of things out there that say do breathing exercises and things like that. One of the things that I find that has really helped me actually came from something my husband was looking for, which was relaxation oils or things like that, but they come in this tiny little tube and it comes with a roller ball point at the end. The idea with this is that you can roll this and on your skin. I normally roll this on my temples, my nose, under my nose and on my pulse, and I think that itself, the roller part, makes me feel relaxed, and also the smell of these are great. Now I bought these from Holland & Barrett. The one I specifically bought was out of intrigue, and I have found that this has been really, really useful, specifically for migraines. If you are like me, visually impaired and consistently on screens because your job needs you to be on a screen, and everything in your personal life, when you want to read a book, when you want to talk to anybody, everything is on a tablet or on your computer or on your phone. So you are forever looking at a screen for technology. So I do suffer from migraines, and I have to admit, with the CBD roller, this one which I got from Holland & Barrett, has definitely made me feel a lot better. I've not suffered as much as I thought I would do whilst working from home because of this, and I'm surprised because I've been doing 11 or 12 hour days just to stay on top of things, but actually this has probably helped. The other ones that you can get, so there was a pack of 3. My husband's using the one for focus. There are ones in here for de-stress, and also, I don't remember what the other one is for. I'm not sure what they were all for, but we are going to work through these. I think the other part of using these rollers is that, especially rolling it on your nose and the really nice smells that they have, it makes you take that deep breath in, and it makes you probably close your eyes. I think that's what I've noticed. It makes me close my eyes for a few seconds, take a deep breath, and then I feel good again, and I just sort of carry on. So I do keep this on my desk all the time. I think my husband does the same thing, and I would definitely recommend this. I wouldn't necessarily recommend CBD. This has worked for me. Rather than taking tablets or painkillers, this has definitely worked for me. So if you're going to look at this, speak to the Holland & Barrett people, because they were the ones who were able to give me a lot of information, but they also did recommend other types that have no CBD in it, but definitely something to consider. My quarantine hack number 4 is all about staying relaxed. Obviously we can't go anywhere, we are limited, so why not make the most of the things that I have been putting off? I do have a whole relaxation routine that I can do, which could take hours if I do all of them together, and I've been finding that in majority on a weekend that's probably what I'm doing, because I can use that time where I'm not going to the gym anymore, where I'm not taking the dog out 2 or 3 times on a weekend, where we're not going shopping, we're not doing other things, so I can actually spend time on doing things for myself, which helps me relax and not look at a computer screen all the time. So one of those things is that my husband will help me do an Indian head massage with hair oil, which is just to try and look after my hair where you can't go and get your hair cut, and I think that I have really enjoyed. I know it's been done for years in Indian households, so that is exactly what you would do every weekend anyway, but this has been something I've really enjoyed because we actually have the time to do it, whereas I would say this time last year, being newly married, no, no we didn't. So I have really enjoyed doing that. I have also got, I hope I'm holding this the right way up, is my Body Shop face masks, and we use these quite regularly. One's a clay mask and one is sort of like a gel mask, and I have to admit, doing these I really enjoy. They make my skin feel so much better. They do make me relax because you can't really do anything else when you have them on. I also find that I will do other things, which will include doing my body scrub in the shower, and I really enjoy that. That is also from the Body Shop, love their pear one. And then just sort of doing self-care things that I would normally not do, or I would do it in staggered sort of times. I've really enjoyed during quarantine actually spending a bit of time on myself when we haven't been able to do that before. My quarantine hack number 5 has been all about my assistive technology. I have been able to remain the same in contact with people that I did before, and I think that is all down to being able to have technology that works for me. I have still got my phone, I am still able to message my friends, I'm still able to speak to my friends on my phone, and in that sense, the positive part of that is it doesn't feel any different. I've not lost anything other than maybe seeing them maybe a few more times than normal, but in fact I don't feel disconnected as a blind person because I have that technology to my fingertips. I'm also able to video conference more. We've been using FaceTime, we've been using Zoom, and we've been using WhatsApp video with different family members, and that's been really useful during this time to just have a bit of a giggle. I know that my family did a pub quiz via that as well, which was brilliant, but I unfortunately couldn't take part in that. And I thought, what a great idea. You can do so many things via WhatsApp and video calls or anything like that, and you can still stay in contact. But just because I can't see the people on the screen, just because you might normally, my colleagues, I will tell you, will normally see my head like this. I'll only see the top of my head because I'm working at the same time, and it is a bit of a giggle, but you know what, it doesn't matter to me. I don't need to see you because I can't see you anyway. As long as I can hear you and I feel like I'm talking to you people, and I'm talking to everybody that I know, I'm still connected, I'm still having that little bit of a social element. I've also found that during my work day, I'm probably picking up the phone more often to my colleagues, to speak to them, to see how they are, and keeping up to date, and I think I've been more social that way, all because of technology. So those are my quarantine hacks that I have learnt so far. I'm probably still learning and I'll probably find out more, but hopefully I will do more videos in the future, maybe a bit more specific. Please let me know if you have any ideas that you would like me to video about as a blind person. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, which all the buttons are at the bottom, and hopefully my plan will be that if there is anything in this video that you think is useful and that you would like to look at and like to use yourself, the links will be hopefully in the description below. If you want to see any more of my videos, they will be on the screen at some point now. Until next time.